Hello, and welcome to the Orlando World Sunday Showdown round of 64. In this week's contest, SeaWorld's hypercoaster, Mako, goes head-to-head with Universal's Islands of Adventure log ride, Dudley Dorite's Ripsaw Falls. Mako is a steel hypercoaster, located at SeaWorld Orlando. It opened on the 10th of June, 2016 in the Sea of Mystery section of the park. Mako's theme is clearly based on the Mako shark, along with the 2-acre area around it, entitled Shark Wreck Reef, is also themed to sharks. The area features recycled art, murals and educational pieces about human and shark interactions. The hypercoaster was famed for being the tallest, longest and fastest roller coaster in Orlando, and offers a thrilling experience, where airtime, a feeling of weightlessness is experienced by riders, as the trains roar over the giant wave-like structure of the ride. You never go upside down, but the coaster's steep hills, bunny hops and tight angles make it one of the rare hypercoasters in Orlando and a really unique ride experience. Even though you never go upside down, the Mako ride excels at keeping things interesting, as there are plenty of bunny hops scattered throughout the ride which give riders the feeling of pure weightlessness and that coming out of your seat feeling. Mako doesn't need to rely on gimmicks or crazy tricks to be one of the smoothest and most fun rides in Orlando. Dudley Dorite's Ripsaw Falls is a log flume ride at Universal's Islands of Adventure, located in the Toon Lagoon area of the park. It opened on the 28th of May, 1999 and is compared to the likes of Splash Mountain and Magic Kingdom. It's the sister attraction to Popeye and Pluto's Bilge Rat barges, which is also located in Toon Lagoon. Ripsaw Falls is based on the Dudley Dorite's character, with a log flume ride taking guests through mines, shafts and sawmills, with lots of special effects, and like its sister attraction, lots of water. The attraction is fun and quirky, featuring numerous splash areas and a climactic drop at the end. One thing is for sure, riding Ripsaw Falls, you are guaranteed to get absolutely soaked. Now let's head into the first of 5 quick-fire rounds, and see which attraction will advance to the round of 32. Let's get straight into it. Mako is currently the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the Orlando theme park area, but will soon be surpassed by the revamped Busch Gardens attraction, Arngwazi, which is due to open soon. Mako has a unique track layout, which is meant to replicate the behaviors of the Mako shark, with a smooth, rhythmic movement, with elements of Predator-like sharp twists and turns. The hypercoaster travels on average around 65 miles per hour, but on sections of the track it hits its top speed of 72 miles per hour, bringing an unmatched ride experience for guests, who experience some airtime, feeling like they are coming out of their seats, adding both an element of freedom and a fearsome thrill, that for a coaster which has no upside-down sections of track, is a fantastic feat in engineering. The fast speed of the ride, along with the motion on the track, the ride is incredibly smooth, but isn't shy on showing its aggressive side to give the ride the unpredictability that riders expect from a thrill ride. Mako is as powerful as it is fast, and isn't for the faint-hearted, but as roller coasters in Orlando go, Mako is as good as it gets for speed seekers. Dudley Dorite's Ripsaw Falls is a much tamer attraction, capable of reaching a top speed of 45 miles per hour, which is slightly faster than that of Splash Mountain and Magic Kingdom. As with most log flume rides, Ripsaw Falls travels at a fairly slow pace throughout, so it isn't the fast-paced thrill ride like Mako. The drop slide at the end offers a fantastic thrill, and a refreshing rush of water spray as it hits its top speed. It feels much faster than 45 miles per hour, with the large drop, and the wavy bumps at the bottom, it drifts downhill at speed. However, at the end of the first round, the log flume ride, Ripsaw Falls just can't compete with Mako in terms of pure speed. And so, at the end of the first round, for top speed, the SeaWorld hypercoaster takes the lead as we head into round 2. For a roller coaster ride, Mako has a fairly low capacity. This can be attributed to the ride's track layout, for safety reasons. Given the very high vertical lift hills and drops, on top of the high speed, the ride has a capacity of just 1,008 riders per hour. Mako operates with 3 trains on the track, with 7 cars in each train. Riders are seated in rows of 4, for a total of 28 riders per train. Although the ride has a fairly low capacity, the QA area features a theme of a shipwreck, where guests are travelling through the area from the point of view of the Mako shark, which adds to the theming of the ride, making up a lot for the lack of ride capacity. Dudley Delights Ripsaw Falls features a continuous line of logs, as is the standard for log flume rides, departing at equally timed intervals, with up to 5 riders per log. For a log flume ride, the capacity isn't one of the highest, but it does manage to accommodate the same amount of riders as Splash Mountain, although Ripsaw Falls logs hold less guests. So for capacity, it's a point for the Islands of Adventure attraction, making the score level after the second round. Let's move on to round 3. Mako runs at a fairly reasonable duration, with a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The ride doesn't pass too quickly, and offers a variation in its track, with several airtime hills, and a few bank turns and a wicked hammerhead turn, to make the ride more thrilling. For 2.5 minutes, Mako captures the motions of a Mako shark perfectly, offering a ride that is both fluid, yet surprisingly aggressive for a coaster which does not feature any major loops or inversions. Mako offers a fantastic ride experience for its duration compared to other roller coasters of a similar makeup. Ripsaw Falls, as log flume rides go, runs at a respectable 5.5 minutes. Often compared as being Universal's answer to Splash Mountain, however it only lasts around half that time. Ripsaw Falls offers a slightly different type of ride from the Popeye ride in Toon Lagoon, being less frantic, but a bit more tongue-in-cheek in terms of theming. Ripsaw Falls has a fairly enjoyable theme throughout, giving riders a fun, wacky journey, building up to the suspense of the big drop at the end, making it a good few minutes of ride build-up. So for round 3, although Mako is a more thrilling ride, Ripsaw Falls lasts over twice as long, and offers a lot of fun, with the added soak factor, meaning going into round 4, the Islands of Adventure attraction takes an unexpected lead. In terms of drop heights, for a splash drop water ride, Dudley Delights Ripsaw Falls has one of the tallest drops in Orlando parks. The drop at the end is different to most of the traditional drop flumes, as it features a double drop, with a 75-foot plunge drop taking you into a dipping section, before flowing back up and over another small hill, and back down at the end. Ripsaw Falls is similar in height to that of Jurassic Park River Adventure, which is just 10 feet higher than the Toon Lagoon attraction, but is a fair bit higher than Splash Mountain, which only has a 50-foot drop. Ripsaw Falls drop section feels much higher. Its drop angle is fairly steep, although this was changed slightly for safety reasons, and lap restraints installed. The drop is as thrilling as any other drop at a Florida park, and with the added bump at the bottom, it adds one last little thrill for an already noted stomach, making it a fun end to the ride. Mako, however, is currently, as of April 2020, is still the tallest roller coaster in Florida, tied with Showdown at Busch Gardens, with a maximum drop height of 200 feet. It will eventually be surpassed by Busch Gardens coaster Aranguazi when it opens this year. The drop of 200 feet comes almost instantly, before making a series of further large drops throughout the duration of the ride. Mako uses its height to power through its course at speeds of 73 miles per hour, with the drop sections offering an exhilarating range of motion, like no other coaster in Orlando parks. Mako's force isn't to be underestimated. Like Shikra, it's incredibly fast, but where Shikra offers loops and other inversions, bringing a completely different ride experience, Mako manages to capture elements of the traditional wooden-type coasters, which never featured any loops, but added power and speed to bring a fun, fluid ride, while adding a touch of ferocity to add that little bit extra in terms of overall thrill. So, for the fourth round, the score is tied at 2 points each, taking us into an exciting fifth and final round. Which attraction will win? Let's find out as we head into the final round. Mako has been hailed as the tallest, fastest and longest roller coaster, with guests being generally positive about the ride. Mako is credited for being well laid out, with ample theming around the ride area, and having a good balance between ride experience and some of the pre-ride exhibits. But on the track is where the action lies, and Mako does not disappoint. Its impressive power, speed and track layout offers riders the perfect balance of thrills. The 9 airtime sections offer a fearful, but joyful feeling, and the hammerhead turn brings an unexpected change from the fluid, streamlined wave motions of the hills. The action is fast, but surprisingly brings a liberated feeling throughout the ride, engaging riders with the premise of the ride, themed to the Mako shark's behavior, giving riders the opportunity to experience what it would feel like to be one of these incredibly powerful creatures. Mako is intense for a ride with no modern-day pretzel-like turns and loops, but that is what makes it all the more impressive, is its ability to thrill and excite, while being a fairly standard roller coaster in terms of layout. Mako will continue to rank highly in terms of Florida roller coaster rides for many years to come. Dudley writes Ripsaw Falls is a fun water fest, with a lot of melodramatic humour added throughout the ride. Ripsaw Falls is guaranteed to get you absolutely soaked, although in a different way to Popeye and Bluto's bilge-rat barges, which drenches you with constant tidal waves of water. Ripsaw Falls has dozens of water cannons throughout the ride, soaking you throughout the ride. Guests can also pay a small fee to soak riders from viewing areas featured around the ride, adding another way for park guests to add to the ride experience. The ride is fun and fast, but doesn't quite match the thrills of the likes of Splash Mountain, which offers a much better storyline and more animated scenes, giving a longer ride. Ripsaw Falls is worth riding, particularly on warm days to cool down. However, as an attraction, it just doesn't offer the thrills like the hypercoaster Mako, so in the fifth and final round, the SeaWorld attraction takes the point. This week, one attraction wins by 3 points to 2. Meaning that in this episode, we have to say goodbye to Toon Lagoon's Splash Ride. Dudley writes Ripsaw Falls, which is a fairly fun ride, but just can't compete with Mako. Ripsaw Falls is still a fun attraction for those seeking a water park thrill while in the main theme parks. Mako advances to the round of 32. Join us next week for an interesting battle between the incredible Star Wars, Rise of the Resistance attraction, and former Magic Kingdom water ride, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, submarine voyage attraction. See you next week. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please support us by subscribing to our channel. You can find us on social media platforms. Find us on Facebook and Twitter at Orlando Worlds, and on Instagram at The Orlando Worlds. Thanks for watching.